Castles, a staple of Minecraft. No castle is complete without good castle walls. Lucky for us, castle walls are very easy to build in Minecraft. Today, I'll walk you through 5 simple designs and not only teach you why each one looks good, but how to use the techniques to design your own castle walls. Let's get started. Also, 88% of you aren't actually subscribed, so if you like the video, consider subscribing, and if you change your mind later, I completely understand, it's no big deal. So let's start with this wall. Now, I'd say this wall looks pretty nice. It's a pretty reasonable height for survival. Like, I don't think you really need something much taller than that if you're just doing single player, or maybe a small base. But why does this look good? Let's start with the colors. And first of all, if you're interested, I have a video on Minecraft's color theory if you'd like to watch that next. All these grays have no actual color to them. They're just kind of a mix of white and black. So all of the color comes from your extra blocks. Here, we're using not only just spruce logs to add a really dark, nice texture that seems sturdy because, you know, it's logs, but it also complements these mossy bricks super well. Green and brown go very well together, and adding just a few extra moss all around your build can make it stand out so much more and look a lot more professional. The absolute biggest thing that will help you in designing your walls is adding depth. So you see, this is not exactly a flat wall. Normally in Minecraft, you see people build very flat, square things. If I look at this from the side, I would not call this flat nor square on any spot besides maybe up here a little bit. Just pushing everything in one block or bringing your supports out one block can dramatically change the feel of the entire thing. But also don't forget to design for the top of the wall as well, because you want it to look nice while you're on the wall. So you see here, these cobblestone wall blocks, not just walls, the actual wall blocks, add extra depth in between every single support column thing right here on the edge. Adding details like slabs and stairs within blocks to add little extra holes and divots can look nice, but you certainly don't want to overdo it at all because it just looks like you're trying too hard to make something that just won't end up looking very good. Simple details like this lantern hanging from a chain right in the center of this cross shape thing add a whole lot to the build and make it seem a lot more like it's there for a purpose. So to build this specific wall, which looks very nice, you're going to start by placing down your pillar of spruce logs. I'm going to go up 7 blocks. And again, this is a 4 wide pattern, so I'm going to have 3 spaces in between here. We're going to fill up the sides behind this with stone brick like that. Behind the log, you're going to make a U shape with stone bricks. You're going to go up 3 and make 2 more like that. And then you can connect your path here. And then you're going to come out and up 1. And now you're going to do some stairs upside down here and here. Then bring this one down. Then make a circular pattern like that. And then just add some sideways ones here. And then some extra support on the outside. And then we're going to come back inside and we're going to make this like cross shape. There we go. And we're going to put some cobble around the edges to assist with that nice little detail. And then we're missing 1 block here, so we'll put that there, and then we're going to add the chain and lantern right there. Oh, I forgot these 2. A little bit extra on the top. You want to go through and mix everything up. I'm just going to use World Edit to make it completely random, because it usually looks the best. And then if you want to add this extra detail on the inside, it kind of depends on preference whether you like the brown or the stone there. I'll do the brown because I think it looks better, but I can understand liking the stone more. So this was an example on a very short, high detail wall. So let's move on to a very tall, low detail wall. So what works really well with this wall is the very clear support beams separated by very straight and smooth walls that makes it look a lot more realistic. Kind of like a dam, I guess. You can see again we're using these greenery mossy blocks and mossy cobble all around the base. However, I'm only using them on the base because it makes it look a lot more realistic. So you see, if I were to make everything grass, then everything blends in a lot better and it feels like the wall's supposed to be here. Although, there's a lot of saturation on this grass because I'm in a jungle biome. So maybe not in a jungle biome, but in most biomes, it helps blend your wall into the ground almost seamlessly. Another thing that's very important for designing your walls is understanding the structure of everything. So you see here, I started with these very strong support beams, and I made sure to stick them out because it tells you that this is a lot stronger of support than this. So the whole purpose of walls is to have, or at least castle walls, is to have this very strong, sturdy pillar every so often, and then also have supports in between them that hold up the base wall. So you see, if there wasn't this walkway on top, and there was just these pillars and these walls would seem very structurally sound because of the pillars. You would not expect these walls to ever fall over unless they got hit with like a meteor or something. Plus, the pillars also support the walkways on top that just rest on top of these walls. So you can see here, structurally speaking, this is a nice diagonal, sort of a triangle shape from this point of the wall up to this point of the walkway, which makes it seem like this was all meant to be here and perfectly holds itself up. And if I come to the side here, you can see the level of depth that makes it look very realistic. You can see it feels as if it's looming over you, mainly because it's sticking out over you, which is pretty nice. And this is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide pattern. So there you go. So instead of adding color in this one, I decided to add a lot of contrast. So I put a very dark black concrete powder for these pillars. And then I also used black stone walls up here on top. So you can see this also looks very nice from the walkway. You have a lot of depth in between each one. You have a lot of color changes. Also, these cracked bricks work very well for breaking up the contrast of these blocks. Because you see, like this looks really boring and patterny just with these stone bricks here. But adding these cracked stone bricks not only just breaks the texture pattern, but also adds all these little things that are the same color, just in a slightly different order, just to make it look a lot more realistic and different. Up here at the top, we have the support pillars being carried out a little bit further at the top. You can see they all stick down one block further. We have some basic detailing right here, which all this is slab, stair, slab, stair, slab, stair. And this is a very common and very useful thing to use on castle walls. Below those, we have these 3 sort of archways. Archways are very important in castle walls as well. You'll see a lot more in a minute, because that's how a lot of castle walls, or at least like Roman built walls and those kind of styles, were all started with tons of arches. I did originally only have stone for these center walls, but I thought it was a little bland, so I added andesite wherever these bottom and top pillars met, just to give it a little more character, a little more detail, and seem like it's in the right place. The trick to building, if you didn't know, is just to keep doing it. I've spent hours building these today because I've just been making small tweaks and looking for ideas. I forgot to put these here. If you watch any of your favorite building YouTubers, they don't just do it on the first try unless they've built very similar things a bunch of times before. They play with it forever and ever and ever, and then they go in and record and build it once they know what they're doing. So if you want to build this specific wall for yourself, you're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then make a 3x3 pillar. I'm going to make it 3 high, and then we'll start with the actual support. So we have a 3x3x3 cube. Can add a plus on top. We're going to shape our stairs to face the inside and outside, like this. Going to get some black concrete powder. Sorry, I had to count. I'm going to bring it up 11. And then in the front, you're going to have cobblestone walls go all the way, all 11. On the sides, it's only going to go 10. All right, and yes, that is correct. So now we're going to put 1 block on each of these, and we're going to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on all sides. And then we're going to connect all this. So we're just going to have a 3 wide thing go all the way, and it meets in the front right here. Just finish that. On the front up here, you're going to alternate. So slab, stair, slab, stair, slab, stair, slab, stair, slab. And then on top of all of the stairs, you want to come up 2 blocks, which is just every other. You're going to put stairs on top. Then in between, you're going to put stone brick walls, and then normal black stone walls. So let's fill in the wall at the back, and then I'll go through and we'll do the details. So you're going to have 2 high right here, like this, and then 1 more on each of these andesites. You're going to have your stairs curve like this on the inside, and then the opposite right here. And then you're going to have slabs on top of these. And I think that's correct. That is correct. So up at the top, we're going to do the same pattern. We're going to have our stairs curve in like this. We're going to have these come down 1 extra block. We're going to have these rounded stairs in the middle, and then stairs here. So same pattern, except that one uses stairs, and this one uses slabs on the points. So now let's fill this in real quick. All right, and now we're going to pick our 2 pillars. So 2 above here. We're going to go like this, and there should be a 2 gap in between each of them. We're going to put stairs on the bottom and stairs up in the arches, or at least the corners to make them arches. And there you go. So let's try a new style. Let's try double walls. So you see we have our arches up here for the bottom half, and then a big indent, and then the second wall up on top. We'll start with the bottom. You can see once again we're using this mossy pattern to break up the stone, but also it's blending very well with all these dark oak fences and these spruce logs. So one thing that you might not know or notice is that spruce logs and dark oak fence are like the exact same color. So I always use dark oak fence instead of spruce fence. I wanted this bottom wall to seem very structurally sound, so I left it a little bit blocky. It's not too depth oriented, as you can see here. It's pretty simple. But because I used all my simplicity on the bottom, I decided not to use any at the top, aside from these big cobblestone pillars. And you can see the cobblestone matches the support stairs down here. So you have these big pillars at the top of every arch. So these would be your secondary arches like this. In between them is birch leaves, which looks very nice. Obviously goes with the spruce logs and the dark oak, which is the same color. And then behind all of these details, I have the spruce logs again, just to really push the color on you to make sure you understand the palette. The depth of this wall is very nice from any angle. It seems like it's very detailed. And on top, I decided to use oak slabs because the brightness of the oak goes really well with this spruce and dark oak thing if it's like sort of outlined. So if you have this on both sides, that'd look really nice and go with this darker color. Now, if that was seen from this side, you would want to add that somewhere else, but it's not seen from this side, so it's fine. And this one is an 8 long pattern. So we're going to start over here by bringing out this little border, 8 more blocks. And then we're going to make our archways 2, 3, 4, 5 high like this. We're going to have a 3 gap in between them, and we are going to make them archways like this. Whoops. On top of each of the stairs, you want to place a full block and then a slab in between all of those blocks. And if we come down here, we can put down our cobblestone stairs. Cobble works really good at the bottom because it kind of breaks it up and looks more support. It's like, this looks a lot more structurally sound than just a flat stone wall. And it looks like it is holding that up. So now we're going to come through and fill in these back walls like this. And then we're going to add these fences in the center. And, oh, we do have this block actually. I forgot about that. We have this chiseled stone brick in the center that rests the torches. And we have these dark oak fences on top. So now for the top half, wherever you have these dark oak pillars with the fences, you're going to come out 2 with your cobblestone and then bring it up 6. And then 1 more on the inside and curve it with these stairs. Then down here at the back, right above the stone, you're going to bridge this with full blocks. On the sides, you're going to put slabs. In between, you're going to put upside down stairs, then more upside down stairs here, and then 2 blocks, another upside down stairs, and then block slab. So this is a little bit detailed, but once you get it once or twice, you'll learn it. So let me do it again over here. We'll connect these. We'll do slab, slab, stair, 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 block, slab. And we'll add these dark oak fences in between. And then I may as well do it over here too. We're going to go around back and everywhere that there is an exposed slab or stair surface, we're going to cover. It makes this kind of like an N shape. Although I guess you don't really need these corners. And then the best part is having fun with your leaves. You can do a lot of shapes. You can do like the middle, you can do the sides. You could even just do them like that. You could have them flat, whatever you want to do. You could just mix it up, have some fun. Now here's another different style. I kept it very simple, just so we could focus more on the roofing thing. So you can see this has an internal pathway up here, which looks very nice on the inside. You have tons of this depth with these stone brick wall blocks right here, along with the support logs sticking out and all the roofing and everything. This just looks really nice on the inside. However, externally, not only do you have these log support beams that go back about 2 or 3 blocks, but you also have the fence coming out that gives it a little bit of detail, especially these little connection lines right here. There's a ton of depth inside of each one of these little sections. You can see how far in it goes. And then we also have it supported with these dark oak fence gates, just to kind of bring the color in together, make it look more like this is all supposed to be here. And all the weight looks like it's right here in the center, so we wanted to add an extra support beam in the middle, just to make sure this didn't seem like it's something that would just fall over or collapse any day. The roof actually looks really nice. You just kind of have it hang over slightly, barely at all, and then you have the supports for the roof hang over the oak, and then also slightly over the oak, and this just gives it a really nice, structurally sound feel. Also down here, what's really nice about this cobble is that it super breaks up the pattern. So you see these really nice, You see these really nice stone brick textures all over the place, but then you have this really smooth background and then this really broken up cobblestone, and it just really sets it apart. So we're gonna start by bringing out our support pillar 8 blocks, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll do our dark oak fence up along the side there. We'll drop to the bottom. I missed my button. Going to go 3 out like this, bring it up with stairs, and then we're gonna go on the inside, bring these up 5 like that. I'm going to add a row of cobblestone with a stone bricks in the middle and then stone brick slabs on the sides. I'm going to bring this up once more and then put stone behind it. Then we're going to put our path here of stone brick slabs, which looks pretty nice. And we're going to put our dark oak fence gates here. Then on the front, we're going to put upside down stair, block, upside down stair, upside down stair. Then we can hang our lantern from this in a second. I just don't have it in my inventory. And we have our stone brick walls right here. So now let me get my chain and my lantern. And there's the wall. So for the roof over this dark oak fence, you're going to put a stair, a spruce stair, and then you're going to staircase spruce planks like that, cover them in stairs, and then put another one on top like this. Then you're going to get your spruce slabs and pull them out 3 on the tops and bottoms, and make sure you leave this extra bit of space on top just to have the support stick out more because it looks nice. Going to get your oak stairs and put them on top of these stone brick walls and meet them up with these slabs up here. On the inside, you're going to do the same with upside down oak, but then you're going to put oak planks all the way across the top here, and then spruce planks here, oak planks here, and 2 spruce logs sticking out. And then that would connect on either side. Oh, and also I have these torches here because they look nice. Another way you can break up walls is not simply just adding different depths of blocks and a bunch of pillars and a bunch of stairs and slabs and everything. So like here I have my working gate, which I guess I'll show you in a minute. But all I did to break this up was use stair increases like this. I don't know if increase isn't the correct word, but indents, there you go. And then I added walls here just to make this stick out a little bit. And then for the actual depth, I just used these trapdoors a bunch because they add just a little bit of depth and they're super easy to put anywhere. It looks very nice. I really like this stripped oak texture that goes really good with a lot of spruce stuff, and it fits really good with this oak fence I have here. And then these are just like, this is kind of like a trench sort of thing. So like these are trench walls. I wouldn't try to build these for a castle. It's kind of boring. You can also top your stuff with like fence and gates like this, but it doesn't look too castle-y. This is more like a village sort of thing. But yeah, if you're interested in getting this to work, this is quite the interesting thing. I'll put that up on the screen.